On a cold Thursday evening, 22-year-old Sarah Mitchell boarded the last bus, heading toward her neighborhood. The ride should have taken only 15 minutes. But Sarah never made it home. She was seen getting on the bus, but somehow she vanished before the journey ended. And to this day, no one can explain what happened between those stops. Sarah Mitchell was known by everyone in her neighborhood as someone who never caused trouble. She was a university student studying psychology and worked part-time at a small coffee shop downtown. Friends described her as quiet, thoughtful, and someone who always followed the same routine. Every evening after work, Sarah would take the same bus route home. The driver knew her face. The route rarely changed. It was a routine that had always felt safe, until the night it didn't. On March 14th, Sarah finished her shift at the coffee shop just after 9 p.m. Security cameras outside the shop captured her leaving. Alone, she walked the familiar 2 blocks to the bus stop. At 9:18 p.m., the number 12 bus arrived. Sarah stepped inside. A few passengers were already seated toward the back. Nothing about the moment seemed unusual, but this would become the last confirmed sighting of her. According to the bus driver, Sarah sat near the middle of the bus and looked at her phone for most of the ride. 3 stops passed normally. Passengers got on and off. Then something strange happened. When the bus reached Sarah's usual stop, she wasn't there anymore. The driver was certain he had never seen her exit the bus. At first, no one noticed anything was wrong. Sarah's parents assumed she had stayed late studying with friends. But when morning came and she still hadn't returned home, concern quickly turned into panic. Police began searching the bus route. They interviewed passengers. They questioned the driver, and they reviewed every camera they could find along the route. But none of it explained how Sarah disappeared. Detectives began considering several possibilities. One theory suggested Sarah may have gotten off at the wrong stop. Another suggested someone on the bus may have followed her, but there was a bigger problem. Security cameras along the route showed every passenger leaving the bus, except Sarah. Her disappearance seemed to happen somewhere between those cameras, as if she had simply vanished during the ride. Weeks passed. Search teams combed nearby streets, parks, and empty buildings. Flyers with Sarah's photo were placed across the city. Friends organized searches. Neighbors checked security footage, but no clear clue ever appeared. For the people who knew Sarah, the silence was the hardest part. The bus ride that should have taken 15 minutes had turned into a mystery with no answers. Today, Sarah Mitchell's disappearance remains unsolved. Some believe the answer lies somewhere along that quiet bus route. Others believe someone on that bus knows more than they ever told investigators. But until new evidence appears, the question remains, what really happened to Sarah Mitchell between those bus stops?